This coverage is brought to you by Rami Rent.
Hello and welcome, disc golf fans, to European Pro Tour stop number 4, the Estonian Open. We're about an hour outside of Tallinn. That's a Kõrvemaa disc golf course. And I am your lone host today, Nate Perkins, the Perks of Disc Golf. Going to be walking you through this beautiful wooded track and breaking down some of these shots for you. We're looking at one of our competitors, Heidi, Laine, and of course the second best player out of Finland, Keiti, Tätte. She's been making a name for herself traveling to the United States to compete. We've got Silva, Saarinen, representing XL Discs out of Finland. And Anniken Steen, winner of the Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series out in Norway. All right, here we are, hole 1. It's a par 3, only 85 meters. But as you can see, if you land outside of the circle, you're actually in the hazard.
Which means it's time for European Pro Tour Estonian Open FPO feature card, which is also followed by live camera group. First on the tee, representing latitude 64, your reigning Estonian champion, Keiti, Tätte.
Ooh, and she puts a nice move on that. She's just a couple paces outside the bullseye.
Next on the tee, representing Freebastor and Dynamic Discs from Finland, Heidi, Laine.
So we got to watch Heidi play the Copenhagen Open. She likely has the longest arm in this competition this weekend. Heidi is actually throwing a full dynamic discs lineup.
T, representing Kuru Disc Golf from Norway, Anniken, Steen.
And we got to see quite a bit of Anniken's game at the Järva Open, where she seemingly didn't miss a circle 1 putt. I believe she only missed 2 the entire event, which is an incredible statistic for a 3-round tournament.
And fourth on the tee, representing XL Discs from Finland, Silva, Saarinen.
So XL Discs is one of the newer manufacturers out of Finland. I believe they just have a mid and a putter so far. So she is going to be throwing a mixed bag, and she gets the white flag.
This is also the last group of the day. Thank you.
And this is such a neat venue here at Kõrvemaa. Very beautiful course through the Estonian woods. And we're going to see a couple really cool features on this course. And this land was Soviet land back in World War II. And there are many basket locations that are near old World War II bunkers. Oh no, and somewhat of a nightmare start here for Silva. And a great start for Keiti. We did have off and on rain during this opening round on Thursday. It was a bit breezy, but most of this course is played through dense forest, so the wind isn't as much of a factor as all the moisture is. All right, hole 2 is a really tricky par 3, 112 meters. Pick your gap right here. Right hand backhand is trying to flip one up, push it against that back wall, and then gently start to fade. You can see that there's OB inside the circle left, so you cannot hyzer too much on this one. As you can hear, the rain is just kind of coming down. Yeah, good looking shot from Keiti. Wow, and that is a great shot from Heidi. I believe she's going to be circle's edge, if not a pace or two inside of it. Kõrvemaa is certainly one of the premier venues in Estonia. It's for most people living in Tallinn, it's just at that distance where people will make a day trip out of it to come out here and play this course. There's actually 2 courses on the property, and both are just really well maintained and a lot of fun to play. Yeah, and disc golf is just so difficult in the rain, and Anniken with a great backhand approach right there. I mean, it's just, you have to decide if you want your routine, if you want to stick with your normal routine, or if you want to, get going with the dry disc. I think we've all been there before, where we're kind of hiding under the umbrella, getting our disc dry, and then as soon as you go to throw, you have a drop of water land underneath your thumb. Heidi was just outside the circle, and her birdie bid comes up just a bit short. That would have been a phenomenal birdie too. The FPO division is playing the same exact course as the MPO division, which is often the case with European disc golf, and really cool to see how their scores kind of set up with the MPO field. All right, hole 3, par 3, 146 meters. It is slightly downhill, but you can see that there is OB left, OB right, and OB deep. At 146 meters, it is the longest par 3 on the course, and probably the one that gets birdied the least. It's a nice shot from Keiti, and you can see the rain is just not letting up right now. This one needs to sit or start to hyzer. Yeah, that's kind of the danger on this hole when you go to attack, is just kind of straightening your drive out and finding that OB on that right side. All right, Anniken put a great move on that turnover. She's in a great position. And I don't see the out of bounds symbol. She was definitely pushing it, but it looks like she's safe. Alright, and after going out of bounds, Heidi looks to put that one just outside the bullseye, and Keiti going standstill from here. This is pretty impressive. And she just puts it on the pole. What a shot. Standstill in the rain. Wow, Anniken was way up there. She's giving this one a bid. Oh, just under the cage. And after riding the left OB line all the way up the fairway, Silva bangs that circle 2 putt for a par. She's got to be feeling pretty good about that one after kind of, she 4-putt that opening hole, and has to feel good to knock down that circle 2 look right there. All right, first par 4 of the day, 154 meters, kind of setting the tone for the par 4s out here at Kõrvemaa. They are on the shorter side, but all of them are highly technical. This is just a gorgeous fairway with lush grass and pine and birch forest lining the rough. It's not very often that you get to play disc golf on fairways that are this green in the forest. Kind of what separates this course from others that we've played. And you don't need much distance off this tee to score, but you'd kind of rather be on that left side. There is a wall of trees over there on the right that can make that approach pretty tricky. So these players are they're trying to turn their disc over, but they want to see it get stable at the end. And those are Heidi's shot right there is in position, but she's gonna have to hit a gap. And here's that wall of trees on the right that I mentioned. Silva kind of out of position right there, and she's going to have pretty routine up and down for a par. And Keiti in a great position, and she is playing some disc golf today in the rain. She is inside circle 1 looking for her second birdie of the round. All right, what a wild kick that was. It's actually in circle 2. Yep. Well thrown from Silva. Just a terrible noise, isn't it? That band. It was a committed putt, just maybe a bit too committed. And that's a good par from Silva. Alright, hole 5, par 3, 108 meters. Typical play for a lot of people is kind of a flex forehand, swooping around this last birch, and as you can see, this green here is severely sloped. Putting could get super tricky on this one. I believe Keiti is going to try and flip something up on this left gap, and she's kind of overturned that one a little bit. Yeah, if you don't have that 100-meter forehand, I do see players just kind of throwing straight and playing for that circle's edge putt. This shape actually sets up great for the lefty, and you can see she kind of hit the shape. If she would have had that a little higher, it would have started to flex back and been exactly what she was looking for. And Silva throwing a great straight shot, misses the last birch, and she's just 11 meters away. Pretty uphill putt though. Pretty nasty kick for Heidi. It can be tough over there on that right side. And yeah, look at this line that she's gonna have to try. She's inside the circle, but she's not gonna be stoked about leaving that one outside the bullseye. This is a basket that you really don't want to be putting on from distance because of how sloped. Anniken just has great pace control on her putts. That's kind of the mark of a good putter, is someone that can really set the putter in there if they need to. All right, hole 6. One of the signature holes on this property for sure. It's a par 4, 182 meters. There's a big mando that prevents you from taking that anhyzer. There's OB all along that early left side. So players are looking to straighten this shot out toward the back wall of trees and then start to gently hyzer. That's a little too straight. It is on the safe side, but it's going to be a pretty tricky up and down. The hole kind of takes a direct left from where Keiti landed. Oh, and that might have actually been a helpful little kick right there. You can see how much that OB actually comes up into the fairway. If you see your shot kind of hyzer out early, you're likely going to be OB with almost no look at the pin. So finishing straight or right is what you want on this tee shot. Yeah, I mean, great shot from Heidi, but you can see it just went a little too straight and kind of taking the birdie out of play. And Silva got herself into a pretty dense spot over there on that right side. Oh, and I think Anniken actually rolled out, and here we finally get a look at where the pin's at. And there's that one last clump of birch trees right there, and Keiti finds herself right behind him. She's likely not going to have a window. Again, I can't believe how lush the grass is here in this forest. And after all of that, she sinks it from nearly 20 meters for the double. It's better than the triple. No doubt. And Silva's not having the start she was looking for, but I saw a smile right there. And Keiti actually did have a little window, and I think she just kind of pitched that one up there, though. Another putt on the pole for Anniken. Yeah, I would say the sixth is the signature hole here at Kõrvemaa. Bit of a change this year on hole number 7. They've shortened it up a little bit. It's 109 meters. This is a blind tee shot, very low ceiling. You're going up a little slope at first and then a significant down slope toward the pin, and this pin is in this little bowl. And Keiti just swooping under the ceiling perfectly. What a beautiful line. She rolls up and into circle 1. She hasn't really missed a tee shot yet this round. And a great move on that disc from Anniken. There is OB right and left, but it kind of stops at about 70, 80 meters up the fairway. That one is actually in danger of finding that OB right and gets a great kick. Wow, what a shot from Silva. And that one actually got slowed down at the end. It might have even crept into the bullseye there. We've got 3 looks at birdie on this 109 meter tricky par 3. Oh, that was mean. I mean, that was a lot of chains on that left side. Kind of weird to see it fall out the back like that. Don't often see that on the Prodigy baskets. And another circle 1 misfire from Keiti. And the dreaded 3-putt. And that's tough. A tough way to take your first bogey of the round. I mean, it kind of kills your momentum right there when really Keiti could be 3 under par if she just makes those 2, 6-meter putts. All right, headed deeper into the woods here. Hole number 8 is another short par 4 at 156 meters. You can kind of go straight off this tee, or you can kind of take that hyzer, but you want to push the back wall of trees and then gently finish to the left. And then you've got another technical approach to the green with a nice little bowl. And Heidi is opting to take that hyzer. I think that might be... No, that's perfect actually right there. She pushed it just deep enough and then started the hyzer. She's down in the bowl. Gonna be inside 60 meters. And Keiti also opting to throw the hyzer, and this looks perfect. Yep, and she is just behind Heidi right down there in the bowl. Perfect position for the birdie approach. And once again, Silva kind of finds herself on the wrong side of the fairway. It's just really dense over there. Oof. Somehow chain high, but also nestles up right inside the bullseye. Keiti looking at another birdie. Pretty big misfire from Heidi after being in perfect position right there. Oh, hits the band from 20 meters. Anniken Steen is up there with Owen Scoggins and Paige Pierce as one of the best Circle 1 putters in the FPO division. She just does not miss. Gotta mention Missy Gannon and Lisa Fakis in that conversation as well. All right, we are closing off this back nine with a very difficult par 4. It's only 150 meters, but you need to fly dead straight off the tee to put yourself in position. Dog leg right, and then this basket is once again down in a little bowl. And this is one of the holes where you can find yourself in a World War II trench. It's almost spooky. And Keiti with just another picture perfect drive right there. Yeah, left side is not where you want to be. If you don't make the corner, you almost just have to kind of concede and pitch back out into the fairway at that point. Gorgeous little patent pending turnover from Anniken. I believe she's right at the corner. Yeah, there's that pitch out. Incredible shot from Silva to get inside the circle. Here's Anniken going with another turnover, and it's starting to hyzer off just a little early. And guys, right there in front of Heidi and Keiti's disc is the World War II trench that I was talking about. It's really cool, but also a little spooky. What do you guys think? All right, and that's a good comeback putt. Keiti shot 1 under on the front 9 with 4 inside the circle misses. So she is playing great off the tee. And that is Silva's first birdie of the round. Better late than never. Heidi shoots a respectable 2 over par on the front, and Anniken trailing Keiti by 2 strokes. Pardon me, 3 strokes now with that bogey. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this FPO coverage from the Estonian Open, the 4th stop on the European Pro Tour. This coverage is brought to you by Rami Rent, tournament brought to you by Zuka Carts and Prodigy Discs. Like that video, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. It is likely going to be just me walking you through this FPO coverage all weekend long. So let me know what you think of the course. Let me know what you think of the European Pro Tour. We will see you on the back 9 of round 1 from the Estonian Open.